Okay, so I'm going to install a CTEK trickle charger into my Lotus Emira 2026 Turbo SE. I'm going to install these to the terminals and then I can just click it in whenever I need it. Yeah, so let's go in. I've already kind of scoped it out, so take off the two nuts, pull out this, which I've already done, he says. There. This going off. Obviously positive terminals under here. To take off this cover, get that out of the way, and then the negative terminals under here. We're going to use this auxiliary element here because it's the right size. It's kind of what it's designed for. We're not going to use the main kind of negative terminal. So we want to start with the negative. That's the safe way to do it, although it's not a particularly dangerous activity playing with a 12-volt battery. It's not really going to kill you. The worst case is that you ground between the terminals onto the car, the body of the car, and that will get hot and you'll end up with burns, and also you could damage the electronics in the car or the battery itself, which we don't want to do. But generally speaking, it's not particularly a dangerous activity. What does that look like? Right, 13mm, a good first guess. Straight onto the negative. Oh, that's a bit tight, jeez. Need to get that right off, because we need to get the what should you call that? Ringlet right over the thing. So nut off, don't lose that, don't drop it. We're looking for a negative, so black, it's got a negative on it. Nice and easy. Brilliant. Right, first issue, doesn't fit. How are we going to overcome that? Very good question. Almost fits. Very close. Nearly fits, it's very close. I might drill it out because it's at 1/2 mil or something. I just need to, it's very, very marginal, so I think I'm going to get a drill. I'm going to force it out, so I'll be back. Okay, so what I've had to do is I didn't get far drilling them out because I didn't really have the right equipment. So I snipped them, and I should now enable me to pass it over the nut and it will clamp on fine, and yeah, shouldn't be any issues at all. So back to it, negative terminal, a nut in here hopefully still. We're in. Just needed that nut to bite so it would travel down. There we go. There we go. At this point you might want to think about which way you're pointing the the eyelet or the cable coming off of the eyelet. For routing purposes, I tend, because the cover kind of slots in that way, I was thinking I would just come out this side, which is where you've got easiest access to anyway, or maybe over the top. So I'll angle it kind of slightly this way to where I want the cable ultimately to come out. Just going on in a slightly ununiform way because of the way that the clamp is uniform. Okay, so I'm going to over tighten it. No real need to it for it to be super tight. Same this side. Just been a little bit careful not to ground my, or to touch the tools from the battery to the frame, the subframe, effectively. That's about the only thing that can really go wrong. There we go. We're in. That modification requirement is just extended this from about 3 minutes to about 23 minutes. I couldn't find their tools. I've got a really organised tool structure, but the one thing that wasn't in there is a set of pliers for some reason. And the one place that I know there is a set of pliers, I've got this case that's like that but bigger, got a whole just variety of tools in. It's really good for if you've got a job, take the case and you've basically got everything you need. Cannot for the life of me find it, so I couldn't find any pliers, and therefore the idea of very quickly just bending it with a pair of like needle nose or something was not good. So I just adjusted that because it was just a little bit angled and it was pressing against there. So just minor details when you do anything, any kind of job like this, is just pay attention to those little details. It doesn't really take a second, but it's the sort of thing that can bite you later on. So yeah, I mean, there's not really any particular anything different to that required. I don't think. I think that's perfect. It's exactly where I can easily access it. It's sort of out of the way for the main thing. Yeah, perfect. Plug it in, drop it again. So let me just make sure this is back under the carpet. It is under the probably at the other end. Take your time. Don't rush. Concern yourself with failed attempts. There you go. It's in flush at that end now. These back on. You know what? I should probably test it before I do this. Glad you were paying attention. Then put the cover back on. So reverse that. Over the top there. Pay attention to where I route this. Where can it come out there potentially? Yes, perfect. Yeah, ideal. Good. Well noticed. Right, as I said, I should probably check that it's all working satisfactorily before I bother to doing that uptight and whatnot. So this is what I've got. CTEK MXS 5.0. Do I know anything about trickle chargers? No. Was this recommended on the Lotus forum? Yes. So that's why I bought it. People out there know a lot more than me, so I will go with their opinion, which is very likely more informed than mine. So. I seem to have a good reputation. I'd like to do my research on all these things, and yeah, seems to be the one to go for. So I've got some extensions, albeit I'm not. The car will be the other way around usually, so I would be a bit closer to the plug. But luckily I've got some extensions, so it's fine. So I got one of these extensions, 2.5 meters, which I think I need. I don't know what the score is of the actual unit, charging unit, to be outside in the weather, because obviously it's going to be plugged in for extended time. The weather changes in that time, so I decided, just because it seemed logical to me, to kind of leave the charging unit within the garage and then have the extension out to the car. So I don't know whether it's entirely necessary. I think I needed the extra length anyway, so but it looks like that. Just plugs into there, into the other side. Job's good. Okay, so moment of truth. Plugged it in. I'm just holding it because I need to sort of organise it a little bit, but just to make sure it works, plugged it in. There's not a exclamation mark, there's not a light, just means there's a fault. It's running through the programs. It's number 3. It's figured out it's a car. So I think we're good.